Happy Walking Dead Sunday, everybody. J-Dub is here to give his weekly Walking Dead recap video. But before I do that, you already know what I'm going to say. Make sure you're a subscriber to this channel. Share it, favorite it, like or thumb up the video. Leave a comment. We need to keep the conversation going, and there's lots of stuff to talk about, especially with next week's mid-season finale. And, of course, if you're not caught up with where The Walking Dead currently is, and that is in Season 10, which is hard to believe still, don't watch the video, otherwise I'm going to spoil stuff for you. But Walking Dead Season 10, Episode number 7, Open Your Eyes. A pretty interesting episode. Just kind of getting the episode rundown, and then after I'm done with that, what I liked, what I didn't like, and my overall score of the episode. So we started out with Siddiq having more visions of what happened that unfortunate night where he had to see a lot of his friends die. He also, a lot of Siddiq in this episode. There's a part where that old lady, Cheryl, that Dante was flirting with, is laid in bed shivering asleep, and Siddiq gives her some water and comforts her. Siddiq, another vision of that night. He's starting to piece together what happened little by little. We have a scene with Father Gabriel running up to Daryl and Carol and being mad that they wouldn't be on the Whisper border, and Daryl's like, it had to be done. There's a scene that I think was thrown in there thrown in the episode because we don't have a lot of Daryl in this episode, where Daryl is in his room, wherever he stays, and he takes his shirt off and then just kind of has Dog jump up and him and Dog cuddle, and it was interesting, but I guess for you ladies out there, I'm sure you like the fact that Daryl took his shirt off in this episode, and I hope that made you night. And in fact, I hope you go to sleep watching that, because if that's what it takes, then hey, enjoy. Carol and Lydia have a conversation. Carol essentially tells Lydia that she needs her help because she knows more about the Whispers than anybody. More of Siddiq having, flashbacks, I guess, to that night where he was forced to do whatever, or made to do whatever it was. We have more Gamma and Aaron stuff where they're just talking, and she wonders why that group can still make bread all the time. You have a lot of bread in there. It's like we have a lot of flour. Then, of course, we get to that Whisper hostage. Carol's feeding that Whisper a sandwich with jam on it or jelly, whatever it was, and the Whisper spits it right in Carol's face. Siddiq and Rosita have a conversation. Siddiq says, I don't want to get too close to you. I don't want to upset Gabriel and make him jealous. And Rosita says that he doesn't have a jealous bone in his body. So they kind of cuddle a little bit and talk about all Rosita's random boyfriends or wannabe boyfriends. And they make a comment of, well, we have a kid together at least. And that's true. I'll be touching on that more after I'm done with this rundown of what happened. The Whisper hostage starts to get tortured by Carol. He says if they were out there, he would take you like a little bitch in heat, or take you like a little bitch in heat, or whatever, bitch in heat, or something like that. That was pretty crazy that he said that, especially to Carol. So Carol starts to punch him, and then he claims they're all weak. The hostage says that Alpha killed Lydia and that he would give his life for her, meaning Alpha. More conversation from Gamma and Aaron. Aaron actually gives Gamma a drawing done by Aaron's daughter. Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that. That doesn't really make the show go that much. And then Gamma goes back to Alpha, and Alpha whips Gamma. I think Alpha's starting to figure out that maybe Gamma's having second thoughts about being on the Whispers. Yet more flashbacks for Siddiq in his head. And we're led to believe that Alpha made Siddiq watch Enid get beheaded. Rosita saves Siddiq from drowning. He's had so many of these flashbacks in this episode that he just jumped in the lake at Alexandria, and Rosita jumped in there to save him. Then Siddiq tells Rosita how much he misses Enid and that he failed her because he didn't help her. Siddiq is upset that he did nothing to save Enid, like I just said, and the others that died. He just kind of, he was kind of shocked. He didn't know what to do. So I don't blame him for that. So that was interesting. There's a part where Siddiq, we're getting a lot of Siddiq in this episode. He figures out that something's wrong with the water. That's why everybody's getting sick, because they all have one common thing, and that's the water they're drinking. Carol uses Lydia to get to the Whispers, and then Lydia gets mad about it and says she's going to be on Team Lydia. chooses her own side, hits Carol with a staff. I think it was a staff. Then runs off. Siddiq did, in fact, get forced to watch Enid die, and then he realized while doing that Dante was actually the one holding him and forcing him to open his eyes, the title of the episode, to watch Enid die, and that Dante is actually a whisperer. And then we're led to believe at the end of the episode that Dante sneaks up behind Siddiq. Siddiq knows he's there, and he realizes in that moment that Siddiq knows, and then Dante puts Siddiq in a chokehold, and I think Siddiq is dead. So, pretty crazy events at the end of the episode. I mean, if I had to go back to the beginning of the season, Siddiq, in my opinion, would be one of the safer characters on the show because he was a doctor, and I'm pretty sure he's dead. We have lost Siddiq on the show. He was good. Carl's death is for nothing now, as Siddiq is already dead. So, I mean, it was definitely a shocking episode in the fact that Siddiq died. I mean, as the season moved along, it kind of seemed like something was going to happen with Siddiq, but I wasn't sure, especially with them bringing in Dante as a backup doctor for Alexandria. So that's unfortunate. Siddiq was probably one of my favorite characters that are still on the show, but at least in the top 10, I would say. But not no more. I believe he's a goner. I mean, I haven't watched Talking Dead yet, obviously, but I'm pretty sure that will be confirmed. I mean, he's choked out at the end of the episode. He can't breathe, so he's probably gone. That's unfortunate for Siddiq. And we saw in the trailer for the season that Daryl starts punching Dante, so maybe they find out. I don't know, but pretty crazy episode. So what I did like, I liked the development with Siddiq. I liked the fact that he didn't do anything to turn on the group. He didn't try to help all the people that were getting their heads cut off because he didn't want to see all that carnage go down. And a lot of us probably wouldn't want to see that either. We would just close our eyes, and that's what Siddiq did, and probably thought he was next, and he wasn't. They left him to live. So it's unfortunate for Siddiq, but I think it was a really good Siddiq episode. You know, it was pretty obvious that Siddiq was probably going to die in this episode just by all the things that he was doing, but you don't know. So that's what I liked. What I didn't like, well, there was no Michonne, there was no Negan, no Judith, no Eugene, no Magna, no Humago. I feel like we need those characters, especially like a character like Ezekiel who has that thyroid cancer. We need those characters in as many episodes as we can get, and we didn't get any of them. We got a lot of Siddiq. In fact, almost too much of Siddiq. They just should have named it Siddiq as the title of the episode. So, and another thing I want to nitpick about these relationships that got developed in this zombie apocalypse, you know, Rosita, Gabriel, Rosita, Siddiq, we don't have hardly any development for those relationships. Stuff just kind of happened, and then they should have spent more time developing that relationship, because then it would have been even more sad seeing Siddiq go. So, just want to comment on that. My score of the episode. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to really like this episode, and some people are going to hate it. I'm a little upset with the people that weren't in the episode, but I think it was a pretty good standalone episode. A couple of scenes of Daryl felt forced and just thrown in there. The part where he takes his shirt off and cuddles with Dog. I'm going to give the episode an 8.5 out of 10. Still a good episode, and of course we've got next week's mid-season finale of The Walking Dead. So, hope everybody enjoyed the episode. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you like or thumb up the video. Do what you got to do. If you want to subscribe, that's great. Share it, favorite it. Do all that stuff and more. Of course, I would appreciate it. And if you have any Q&As or if you have any comments to leave, just make sure you leave them in the comments section. And as you all know, I'll be back again soon with another. Peace.